Hello, hello, hello. Let's see there. Okay, there goes the live. Hello. Yep, hello. There you go.
Okay, shit's not showing up on mine. Okay, there it goes. Okay. Well, we gonna try this again.
And your loved ones.
Let's do this like this. Okay, we gonna try this again. Again. We have sound, do we? Glasses are kind of jacked. What up? What's the deal? We got sound. Y'all see how the deep state is trying to cancel me? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling blessed. Man, I'm feeling better, Jack. None of the Jack and Coke wouldn't cure, really, truly. But should we play some music tonight? Should we do our thing? Yeah, it's Sunday. It's not Monday. We're going to do a show tomorrow. But I just felt like Friday, I just felt just so bothered by like the whole thing about all the news that was out there. I thought I would come on here on Sunday and give you guys, you know, at least halfway what my thought process was on Friday. And, you know, at least give you guys what I thought, you know, you deserve to hear from me. And knowing what I know about what I know, I feel like I owe that to y'all. I don't feel like you should ever go without your news. So I'm going to go ahead and play this intro music. The sweetest sounds that you ever let grace your eardrums. You know what it is. It's the Mr. Brando theme song. It is so melodious. So, just so beautiful. I want y'all to hear this. Get out your funk and drop the trunk. It's gang time. Short and sweet. We ain't gonna hold you all night. I'm gonna hit the highs. We gonna drop the lows. I'm gonna give you a couple bombs because that's what you came here for on a Sunday. This is not a regular show. This is a rant, basically. This is gonna give you what you came for on Friday, but I'm gonna give it to you tonight. You know what I'm saying? Came to bring the positivity and bring the juice, baby. Shout out my gang. Shout out my gang all day. Thank you for all the well wishes. Thank you for everybody. Thank you for everybody coming to me, you know what I'm saying? And just telling me to feel better. Pull myself up, right? When you feel down, what do? You gotta pick yourself up, shake your dread, get yourself back going again, and then get back to the news, baby. Get back to reading. Yeah, Scholar, the news is working. Shake the dread. No, I haven't had the Pimp and Nathan call, schedule conflict. We gonna push through it, yeah. Sometimes I'm gonna push through you guys and you gonna get me up too, right? I'm gonna have my bad days and you gonna be like, B, man, you need to get up. You need to get up, B. You can't be in the dumps all day. I need you to get up. I need you to come. Bring us what we ask you to do. I ask you to bring the enthusiasm, bring the joy that you find in all this. Pick yourself up by your bootstrap and do your thing. I need you to bring me the news. I need you to give us an understanding of what's going on out there. So let's talk about some bullshit that's going on out there right now. First thing that's bullshit. They're not introducing a new 25K note. There is no new 25K note. Let me explain this to y'all. Somebody's out there leaking some global currency reset, piece of trash, guru trash, total stupid channel. And they've even got more subs than me, but these people don't read anything. They don't even read the stuff they put out. So I know they're trash. I'm here to tell you they're trash. I'm calling out all gurus because they're trash. Fingers up. You know what it is. Yes, I'm back. You don't like me? Don't watch me. But I'm going to tell you the truth. Now, let me explain how this works. If you're going to have currency reform and you're going to take off the 3 zeros off your notes, why would you introduce a new 3-0 note to be the cornerstone of your new currency? Well, that's stupid. Whoever thought of that stupid? If they told you that, they're freaking stupid and don't understand currency reform at all. They have no clue what they're doing. They're a moron with a camera. They don't show their face. They're freaking, you know the word I want to use. I'm not even going to use it. Now, I want to talk to you guys about alliances. I want to talk to you first about reform. I think everybody needs to have an understanding of what reform means, because reform is what the citizens are demonstrating for. A month-long process about reform. They want to know, reform means this. By reform, we are meaning making a change at the current condition for sole purpose of improvement in either economic terms to get better off, or in fiscal terms. Policy deals with the taxation and expenditure decisions of the government. They are not only fighting reforms, meaning that they want a better current situation, but they want fiscal reform, punishment for those that have wreaked havoc on their industry since 2003. Does that make sense? That's what the reforms are about, okay? They want a better current situation. They want a situation that's going to be improved for the not just the present through jobs, better services, but more so through the punishment of the corrupt. That's why when I saw this thing and they're like, oh, Mahandi's getting replaced. He ain't replaced yet. Mahandi ain't replaced yet. Until they do it, I'm still sticking with my first thought. He's going to have to do like I did, pull himself by the bootstraps, get himself ready, and if they put Alawi in there, I'll be wrong. I'll take that loss. I ain't been right about everything, but I don't think I'm wrong about him. Now, do I like him? I think he's an Iranian puppet. I'll say that live. I don't like him too much. I think he's a jerk. I think he's the biggest wimpy milk toasty. He's worse than a body. And a body's going down. Maliki's going down. Alawi's going down. All those guys from 2003 are going down. You don't think it was any secret why they surrounded a body's palace the other day? This wasn't a drill this time just to tell him to get out of the palace. They surrounded his house because he's full of corruption. Maliki's coming next. His own people are going to turn on him. Okay? So, let's get into the demands of the people. Not of the government. The government's full of crap. Now listen to this. Let's say you get rid of Mahandi. Who else is still in the government? What political accesses are still in the government, and who controls their purse strings? I'm going to get into that too. I was going to get into that tomorrow, but I'm going to get into that tonight. I'm going to give you that bomb tonight. I'm going to see why the people are right in the fact that they want reforms, but they're wrong in the part that they want Mahandi's head. First of all, the man's only had the job for 8 months. Can any of you guys tell me you had a job for 8 months and made such huge changes in the way the corporate structure of your job was that everything changed in the country? The company went from making no money to millions of dollars? I doubt it. But I can tell you this. If you throw the baby out with the bathwater now, there will be a problem. It will create a political vacuum that I don't know that we will survive the same way. We'll survive it. Don't get me wrong. The reforms are happening. They are chanting for reforms. Remember, we mean making any change to the current conditions for the sole purpose of improving our economic terms. They're fighting for reform. So we know they're fighting for reforms and fiscal policy change. But that won't change the money that those people have stole since 2003. I.e. Maliki, i.e. Abadi, i.e. Alawi, i.e. Jaburi, i.e. the rest of these jerk-offs that have been stealing for years. So don't think by getting rid of Mahandi, it's going to get rid of the corruption. Because the corrupt political blocks that are behind that corruption will still be in place. You'll just have a new figurehead, and they're embracing what he can or what she can to get done what they can when they can. They should be calling an all-out, and they are. I'll get to that. They should be calling for an all-out dissolve of the political block system, like I've always said. Go from a parliamentary system to a straight Senate House system, a true democratic system, which they do. And for all those people that were in parliament for those years to go before judiciary. Okay? Let's get into those demands. Number one, to topple the government and all religious and secular parties. What is that saying to you? Sauder, the biggest secular party of all of them, religious party of all of them. And where did he run to after he got done protesting? Right back to Iran. So is Mahandi the problem? Is the Mahandi the one you want to get rid of? Or is Sauder the problem? Is Sauder the one you want to get rid of? And if I don't get 500 likes for this, I won't do another one on Sunday. I mean that sincerely. I'm taking my personal time doing this because I owe you, but I want 500 likes for sure. Now, change the Constitution and the establishment of government by the Iraqi people to abolish parliament. That's a game changer. Abolish parliament. The only way to truly get rid of the corruption or the Iranian state claim or foothold into Iraq is to get rid of their labor force because they work for cheap labor and to get rid of their parliamentary foothold, which is what they have. They don't have their hand in any politician. It's kind of like they're lobbyists. They fund their politics through funding those blocks. That's what they do. That's the big secret. It's not that they got their hand in any one politician's pocket besides Sodders, besides people like the corrupt that are stealing like from auctions like Abadi and Maliki and those guys. But how Iran keeps their foothold into Iraq is not through government officials. It's through their blocks. They fund those political parties. That's how Hell's Above and those people in the Strait, Yasmin and those guys handle their business. They fund you. They're like any lobbyist. If they see it's for terror, that's how they get you. Change the constitution and establish a government by the Iraqi people to abolish parliament. Well, they just told you they want to abolish parliament again. Salaries are paid to all the people in all sects who live in Iraq. May the small or large have a month's salary for life. There's your HCL. So they're telling you right now that if they get the reforms done, the HCL is first on their list. So if they're going to have an HCL, they have to have fiscal policy now in place, which means a decent rate, because now they're going to be paying you through electronically, which means they can cover their costs, but they can only cover it so long under a current system that they have because they don't have enough current cash to do so. And they don't have enough market space because the only market that they're in is oil. They can't create a new market for oil. And if you look at what America did with surrounding northern Iraq, so now we control northern Iraq and Syria, we control Venezuela, we control Iran basically, we surrounded them, we squeezed Russia out of there. So we control the markets. We can sell their customers more oil and gas, I guess, however that works. So it doesn't leave Iraq a big margin. We could really topple OPEC, I guess, if we wanted to, but why? Since Iraq and Saudi Arabia are our friends. So you got to understand, there's not much room for an expanding market for the consumption of fossil fuels. So if they don't expand their market, they've got to expand their currency. The actual value of the oil next year is still flat. It may drop slightly. It might be around 50-something bucks. And that's the other reason why the people are truly demonstrating. The government's told them for years, we're broke, we're broke, we're broke, we're broke. We ain't got no money, we ain't got no money, we ain't got no money. But they also read now is that they've made more money in the last year than 3 countries. But where's the money? So they're pissed off. They want their just desserts, and they deservingly deserve it. They deserve their salaries. They want infrastructure modification, the establishment of housing throughout Iraq and to be distributed to the families of the martyrs. The 6 ministers and the rulers of Iraq are just employees in Iraq. No more prevents from any privileges. No privileges to the elite. Wouldn't that be something? That should be making you dance. Labor offices are set up by government for citizens, and all holders of higher degrees are recruited. So labor offices should boot out all those cheap working laborers that are Iranians and kick them out of the country, just like they stormed the Iranian embassy and raised the Iraqi flag. They're tired of the crap. That's why this blessing's coming a lot sooner as opposed to later. And that's why I'll tell you why in a few seconds. They're not standing for this Iranian crap anymore. They want them out of there. Renewal of the penal code, restructured the army and the police and prevent the establishment of any security aspect not belonging to the Ministry of Defense or Interior and under their command. Meaning that how those Iranian people infiltrated, and I'll show you guys in a minute, they did it through an organization that is part of the Badr organization, which is part of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard. They sectioned off into part of their police force and military forces. That's how they got into there. They're Iranians, but they're really Iraqis, but they're Iranian sympathizers. They got in there, and those are the ones that shot those live rounds into those crowds. And that's why I told you guys that. What will happen if the Iranians stand their ground? It'll be a civil war. It's already basically a civil war. But you see how they're handling it now. But what Iran doesn't understand is if they raise a eyebrow, then Trump will just simply wipe them off the earth and it'll be justified. Because the one thing that America won't stand for is you oppressing somebody else. You can be oppressive, but you can't oppress somebody else that's our asset. Okay? That's why we're kicking China's ass. You see what I'm saying? Vietnam and some of these other countries are our asset. And don't think everybody's leaving China. Not everybody's leaving China. There's going to be countries that are there. They're going to be long withstanding the margin call, and they're going to be fine. Okay? Prohibit any religious component of the rule of discrimination, but a rule prohibits the establishment of religious or secular parties. What they're trying to tell you is make a statement between church and state. They don't mix. I've told you guys that forever also. Iraq Judiciary, a full committee is formed to try all the corrupt since 2003 to this day. What does that tell you? Maliki Abadi. There's only been a couple. Sorry, y'all. It went lost. It's back. Relax. The new Mr. Brando's not going to freak out on these things. It's technology. I don't control it. I don't own it. I think next year I'm going to try to buy my own broadcasting software, but it's expensive. Because when I'm doing this for other currencies in the future, I want to have more control over the actual the content value of what I put out there. I'm also this week getting the camera fixed. We're getting off this. Okay, so no worries, okay? No worries. We're not freaking out here. Now, I told you guys the one party will have established to be called the Democratic Party, the People's Democratic Party by electing the Iraqi people only. Foreign interference is prohibited and Iraq is for Iraqis only, period. It is forbidden to distinguish between the components of Iraqi people. Everyone is Muslim, Christian, Yazidi, Sabi, or Kurdish. That sums it up. All people are people. There ain't no black people, ain't no white people, ain't no Christians. We're all Iraqis. Hold on. Oh, man, my boy just hit 100. Shout out, man. Shout out, my boy hit 100 Death Reaper, man. Shout out what he's doing with his cooking. Repeal all laws that have been in place since 2003 to this day. Form an interim government by the United Nations until a government is formed by the people. Now, there's a problem with that. If you don't have government, then you don't have infrastructure to pay people to create infrastructure. That creates a vacuum. You have to have government. Now, what I think you ought to do is keep the 3 presidents and fire the whole parliament. That's what I think they should do. Keep the 3 presidents, fire the whole parliament. I'm going to tweet that tomorrow. You know what? We should start a campaign. Keep the 3 presidents, fire the whole parliament. The parliament's the problem. It's not the 3 presidents in my mind. Well, Mohandi's kind of a problem. Get rid of his militia back and guard, that wimpy. Fire the 3 presidents. Accountability of each of the security authorities that caused the devastation of Iraq. The importance of the following is the closure of Iranian borders until Iraqi people decide to reopen it under tighter conditions. They want to close the border to Iraq and Iran and only reopen it under tighter conditions. When you guys talk about until they get rid of Iran, kicking the can. If I hear one more person say kick the can, kiss my whole ass. What do you think they're doing? It's a revolution going on. Pick up your feet. You understand what the hell's going on in Iraq? A fucking revolution. And they say that revolution won't be televised. Well, welcome. Welcome. Have popcorn, pull up a seat, enjoy the night. You're in the middle of a freaking revolution. Keep the 3 you got. Fire Parliament. That's what we should be saying. And they also said this. To all you, well, get rid of Iran, get rid of Iran. We're not going to stop our demonstrations until all of the demands are fulfilled. They will not withdraw. They've already given up how many lives? Over 400 or 300? Over, I think, 6,000 or 7,000 wounded? If I can't tell you that they're that serious about getting done what needs to get done now, I define economic reform. I define fiscal reform. I don't understand where we don't understand why we are. This is the civil war everybody wanted. Except for me. I did not want civil war. I thought we could have done this an easier way. And I'll ask you this. In this list of 22 reforms that I read to you, where does it say Mahdi must resign? But if you listen to the chants of the crowds on YouTube from these live feeds, they're chanting, get rid of Mahdi, get rid of Mahdi. I don't really think they mean get rid of Mahdi. I think they mean get rid of Parliament. Get rid of Parliament as it sits, because that's a demand. Get rid of Parliament, destroy it, and start over, because it ain't working. And I've told you that for a long time. Parliaments don't work. You got to have a boss. You got to have a second boss, a secretary, and then you build from there. And bosses make unpopular decisions based upon what's good for the greater good. Not some, well, this is my friend and this is my friend. I want to make these guys happy by electing this friend. No! Being the boss means you do things that are not popular. Okay? The majority of Iraq's Muslims are Shia, and the ISIS militants are going around, they are Sunni. Okay? But I'll make you laugh about that. The people that are oppressing them are not ISIS. It's the Shia. Man. Are we offline? It stops. Hold on. Yeah, the feed's crazy, man. Government don't like what I'm talking about because I'm speaking that truth. And let me tell y'all something else about Sadr. Sadr has Lebanese and Iranian contact or relatives because his cousin was from Lebanese and he was Iranian. Sadr ain't no good guy. Sadr's going back and forth with Iran making deals, and he's talking about getting rid of Mahdi, but in all actuality, they should be saying get rid of Sadr's ass. He should have no influence over government and get rid of all of Parliament and start over. Now, let's talk about the alliances and how they get paid, okay? There are currently 20 alliances that make up the Parliament that we are so in tune to talking about, right? Supreme Council for the Islamic Revolution, the SCIR. Guess who they're funded by? Very first thing on the list, the Islamic Revolution. Badr Organization, Iran. Islamic Dawah Party, guess who that's headed up by? That's your old boy Haidar Abadi. Guess what? Iran pays him too. Guess who Islamic Virtual Party's paid by? It's the Sadrs. It's represented by the Sadrs movement, but it's not affiliated with Sadr and is, in fact, a rival of his branch of Sadrist. And it's actually the only true party. They're for human rights. So these guys might actually be halfway good. So the Islamic Virtue Party might actually be halfway good. Hezbollah, you know they're bad. Lebanese, Hezbollah, literally it screams Iran. You guys, out of all these parties, most of them are funded by Iran. To get rid of the Parliament solves the issue, not get rid of the PM. By ridding yourself of the PM, all you're doing is changing the face, but the corruption is the same body. This is what I had prepared for you guys the other day. And I was just so dumbfounded when I kept seeing all these crazy remarks about they're getting rid of this and they're doing that. And no, they're not. He's still there. He ain't been replaced. Ain't nothing happened. They're kicking up a lot of dust, but guess who was meeting with Washington today? When this so-called general was there, that some idiot, this YouTuber was posting, this general was from Iran. He's the supreme general. Well, what is this broke-ass general going to do in Iraq? They already don't want some broke-ass there from Iran for sure. And you think the Iraqi government's going to listen to some broke-ass general that they don't want there anyway? Do you think that people are going to listen to him when the people are demanding that they get rid of him? Wake up, people. This is a revolution. Those people would have the Parliament's head. And they better be freaking hopeful that those citizens don't storm the green zone. If they storm that green zone, it's obey. I don't care what weaponry they have. Because Mahani's too much of a wimp to send the guard after him. because he's afraid of what the UN would do. And it's not that you're afraid what the UN would do because they have power, but because they have an army behind them. Then you've really got a war, and those people don't have any guns. Huh. You didn't know that, huh? About all those Iranian mind over matter. Mind is the matter. Now, I'm going to take 10 more minutes, 15 minutes. I've given you a bunch of information in a very short period of time. I'm going to answer a few questions. I appreciate y'all taking time on your Sunday night to tune in. I'm going to answer a few questions. Sorry about all the cussing, but you know how it is. I'm real about this. Keep the 3, fire the rest. You guys, if you're on Twitter, you should be tweeting that, hey, Iraq, you don't need to fire the PM. You need to fire the rest of these idiots. I should run Iraq. Jalapeno cheese flavor. Oh, I know you do, Reaper. Shout out to Reaper. Doing his thing on YouTube, man. Shout him out. It's not hard to do this. It's hard to do this. I'm sorry. It's hard to get in front of the camera. It's hard to do your thing. Thanks, Janelle. Yeah, I want to put y'all at ease. The protesters got our back. The protesters are speaking the language we want to hear. I don't care what any of these YouTubers tell you. Quit using the YouTube trash. There's good YouTube, then there's trash. If you subscribe to every piece of trash, trash in, trash out. That's why you come out with outlandish shit. Now, if you go out there and you think to yourself, if they really were going to introduce a new $25,000 note, and all they've ever talked about was, taking the 3 zeros off, and this, you wouldn't attack me or ask me that question. You should be attacking that YouTuber and saying, you're an idiot. You're a fucking moron. Excuse my French. You're the dumbest of the dumb. You have no clue how this works. And if you did, why would you even spit that bullshit on YouTube? Because you're an idiot. But of course he's an idiot. He's the same one that puts a guru website up and says, if you're tired of mods and you're tired of this, and I used to like the guy, but you know what? When you sell out, you sell all the way out. At least I sell out to my emotions. I damn sure ain't gonna sell out to no fucking YouTube. And I can talk like this because Miss BB ain't up here. I mean the cursing, because if she knew I was cursing like this, my mom's asleep, so, she won't watch this one. Hey, my sister, Ginger T. Marie. Love you. It's my sister, y'all. Y'all better show her some respect. Oh, there's definitely crazy stuff going on VHF, but it ain't so crazy. It's all by design. Somebody lit a fire under the actual demonstrators' butts. And you know what? Shout out to Iraqi youth for having the freaking gonads to go out of the street night after night, listen to those DJs, and sit out there all night and make demands. What do? We sit back in our cushy American homes and complain and bitch to each other about fiscal reform and then don't go vote. Shout out Iraq youth for laying it down. And then that brought the children and the women. And that's why they can't go out there and shoot them. Because if you go out there and shoot women and kids, they'll shut that whole country down. Skylar, what info can't you find? I'll provide it. You should be excited. November, and I'm going to tell you the reasons why November is so exciting for me. I know every month you're going to say, oh, Mr. B, you're excited about this. I look for the positive in things because, you know what? This vape could be half full or half empty. I choose to look at things half full. I choose to look at people until they do me wrong as being half full. Because you know what? I have faith in people. I have faith that when the wealth does transfer, and I don't believe in a wealth transfer in like the comical sense of a GCR, like I hear other people talking about. I don't believe in that. I believe in a wealth transfer being that a lot of people are going to get a lot of money. They're going to have an opportunity to help a lot of people out there that don't have money. And that'll be the true sense of humanity at that time. The end of times will be if those people with money treat people without money the same way that we were treated when we didn't have money with the elites that they are today. Because the populace in America, this old elite system is dying. Biggest populace buying diapers, least populace buying baby formula. What Nathan wanted to share with you, Keely, Nathan will have to share. I can't do that. I don't do that. I'm not going to speak. I'm not going to give conjecture. I know he had some very cool news, but more so what Donna wanted to share with you on Wednesday was way more mind-blowing to me. Donna works with a big industrial with Siemens, and what she was going to share was ultimately mind-blowing. And I'm going to share that with you on Wednesday this week. Don't rely on one asset, y'all. Have several. Work in a net. That's why I created a network. You know what I did? This is what my vision was for this group, because you're a group. We're not a channel. We're a group. We're a fam base, not a fan base. You know what that means? That each and every one of you contributes. Good or bad. The 2 dislikes and the rest of you. You know what? I love you anyway. You thumb me down, I finger you up. That's the way it goes. It's a mutual thing. It's called an ecosystem. But I created an ecosystem so that we could communicate and share ideas based upon facts. And if one asset's not in place to help out, I can put another asset in place to give you information that can aid you along your journey. And that's all we do is put out information. You didn't know all that right there. I just told you that. Yeah, y'all. Shout out Ginger. That's my sis. Yeah, my sister's going to vote. She's an avid voter. Ginger, if you see Ginger T. Marie out there, that's my sister. That's my family. Y'all show love. For real. She's gang for real. If you see Margarita, man, that's gang for real. You know what it is. Okay. The talk about dropping the zeros on the Forex market, heard a little chatter about it, but couldn't see it. I didn't see it, Skylar, so if you could hit me up on a personal level, I would love to see that. Thanks, Skylar. November WTO is paused. Landon, stop dropping my bombs. I ain't gonna skip Landon's remark. Landon's right, though. That's a big bomb coming. Gang, gang. All right. Ouch. Gang, gang. 300 people on 150 likes. Really? Come on. I know. I'm not gonna do another Sunday, Joe. You know me. I won't do another Sunday. I came out of this. I was in a funk on Friday, y'all. I was dumbfounded. You can ask when Miss BB came home on Friday, y'all, and I'm gonna close it out in about 5 minutes. She was like, "You not feeling it, huh?" I was like, "Man, no, I'm not," because what the heck's going on? You know what it was? The Iraqi people kicked it up a notch, and Mr. B kept it right here. I wasn't ready for where they kicked it up to. Now I'm ready to take it up a notch. I'm ready to ride out with them. I'm ready to research every single faction of Iraq to bring it to y'all. As far as the secretariat groups go, I want to tell you who funds them. I want to tell you who's behind them. I want to tell you how long they've been in government. I want to tell you who they pay, who they fool around with, who's their friends, who everything is. Just like Amiri, just like Sadr, I know they're thick as thieves, but I also know that they're backed by the Iranians. So the people you want to kick out are the very people that you want to keep in? Nah. Kick all of them out, keep the 3 in. Nah, my sister-in-law's not single. The BS about the 25K notes is trash. Yeah, it's trash. Listen, y'all. If you're gonna drop 3 zeros off your currency and give it value, why would the cornerstone of your new currency be a 3-0 note? They're already introduced. We've already told you about it. That's bullshit. Absolute bullshit. I'm gonna give myself a thumbs up on that. I don't need to debunk that. Who the hell makes up this stuff? And you, as the consumer, should be on that YouTuber's page calling them out. Why, as a responsible reporter, even report that bullshit? You know better. Yeah, I'm posting positive vibes, and I'm sending positive vibes to all these gurus that they get a fucking clue and actually do their job and read the news and read it correctly and give it to you guys correctly so that we can all share in this wealth of knowledge so that one day that our networks can grow, because my group can share in another group. If I knew there was another group out there that was responsible, that was down for the cause, and I'm not talking about George's group, because George's group is my group and my group is George's group. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about another group that was big. I said, look, their gang, we gang, but we share the same values. We're the same moral compasses. We do the same things. We want to join up together as a buying group. We're bigger. we would do that. I would do that. If it meant bringing more to my people, I would do that. But the way I look at these imbeciles, they can't lead their way through the news. How the hell are they going to lead their way through a business? They ain't made no money in their regular lives. How they going to make some money when they got some? They're going to be broke. And if you follow somebody who doesn't know anything, you in turn will be broke. If you show me your 5 closest friends right now, I'll show you your future in 5 years. Initech, thank you. On Initech Tienda, thank you. Months ago. Not recently. Look, we got somebody from Iraq right here. Allah Akbar. Hey, Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. Alhamdulillah. I think the Zim, no, I don't believe in Zim, man. Napoleon, you know me. I ain't no Zim guy. Don't get upset, Mr. B. I don't ever get upset. Muslim, yes. I support Muslims, Christians, Buddhists. If you look around my house, I have all kinds of religious artifacts. I love everybody. Black, white, everybody. I don't care. I know Arabic a little bit. I know a little bit of Chinese, Spanish. And yes, I support my Muslim brothers and sisters out there. And I'd be damned if anybody talks about the protests that they're out there giving their life for. They are doing the damn thing. And shout out, I wish I could say his name. I am Muslim. Hey, my brother. Well, my Muslim brother, I wish I could call me and tell me about what is going on in your country. Because you know what, man? The world's an ugly place right now. Think about all those places that are going crazy, like in just what their revolution is. Think about the revolution that's going on in this country right here. It's quiet. It's going on. Some call it the deep state. Some call it, a whole political factions. I just wish, man, that all of us could somehow put people in political infrastructure that could get things done for the people. And I'm not saying they're doing a bad thing. I'm just saying that they could do it in a way that everybody got along together. Yeah, Iranian supporting cowards need to bow down to the people, which is the whole parliament, in my opinion. Get rid of all their asses and keep the 3. Get rid of the rest. What do I think about the dong, Melissa? I think if you like the dong, then you'll go long. Yeah. Believe it or not, I hate to say this. Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, if you ever look at any religious story, they all have the same thing. They've got an antagonist, a protagonist, the Son of God, the Spirit of God. All people are all the same. Love or hate each other if you want to. I choose to love you because I can learn from you. Do you see the crash happening in 2 months? No, there's no crash. Because I'll tell you why. Because if there was a crash, then why did they invent Basel III? That's what people don't understand. There's no crash. Basel III is to stop any crash that could happen fiscally. Bricks, I can't argue that it won't happen in 2020. I can't stop that because I only got 2 months. I mean, my whole point to this channel is not to tell you when the reinstatement's going to happen. The whole point of this is to tell you why it's going to happen. Susan says, have to tuck the grandkids in one last time. On the road again in the morning. Home by Wednesday night. Love the gang. Susan, shout out Susan. Susan's very integral in what I do. Shout out Susan. Thank you, Susan, for everything you do. I wish my Muslim brother could call me. My Muslim brother, I do this show on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. If you could call me back. There will never be a gold-backed dollar. Fuck that. It's fucking stupid. Gold-backed dollar. So you can manipulate the price of gold to make countries agree that somehow they're going to lop their currency also. So somehow everybody's going to be on a level playing field. Everybody's going to lop. Yeah, right. And if you can we all get some of that hashish we're all smoking so we can kumbaya? If you can get me that high, I'd definitely buy in. Yeah, ain't enough weed in the world to get you that high. Ain't no lop. Ain't no gold lop. Golden Zombie's full of shit. I love pimping to death, but on a lot of shit, it ain't gonna happen. Crypto mogul, why the sad face? Oh my goodness. Yes, that gas. Yeah, pass the hopium, LOL. Yeah, if you believe in it. Allahu Akbar, my friend. Allahu Akbar. Muhammad, yes. No, it is not up and down. You know what it is? It's very precise. But you know what? We're waiting for things to happen that we don't understand. And Kendrick is so right. People are frustrated and people are broke, man. I just thank God every day. I got ways to pay my bills. I got gas. I got food in my belly. I got clothes in my back. You know, I thank God for those things. I got a support system. Do you? You guys support me and I support you. What's your opinion about this statement? The CBI's plan is textbook redenomination or LOP. Well, 615, I'll tell you this. A LOP is full of shit for Iraq. If they were going to LOP, they could have LOPed a long time ago. It doesn't take any effort to LOP. If they're going to LOP, they could have done it years ago. I never thought the dinar was going. I never thought the dong was going before the dinar. Yeah, me and the broke don't get along. That's why I'm so sick. I'm sick of being broke. Yeah, we need to stay strong. We need to stay together. Yeah, only put in what you can afford. If you can't afford, man, $20, $10, $5, whatever you can afford. All right, y'all. I went 10 minutes longer than I should. I got major love out there for y'all. I got major love for this investment. I got major love for everybody that's in it every day like we are. I want to thank y'all for staying tuned. Yeah, I feel better, Hope. Shout out Hope, who sends me good messages. That's April's really good friend, too. Shout out Hope, man. Hope is a jewel. Shout out Bethany. Shout out Susan. Hold on. Let me go through my list real quick. I'm going to give some shout outs. I'm going to go through some shout outs because shout out Bethany. Shout out Susan. Shout out Paul. Shout out Lisa Bradley. For real, Lisa. Shouting you out. The Inner Circle. You know how you are. That's my secret group. Karen, shout you out. Hope, you know who you are. Kevin, I can't say your last name. I would. Seamus for keeping me grounded. My brother, Mr. Frazier, for keeping me grounded. My brother, Mr. Daza, for keeping me grounded. You know, for Mike Grady, you know who you are, dog. I love you. You know what I'm saying? Lost my Series D, but I love you. Landon, you know what it is. I love my brothers in Canada. Janelle, Canada. Scott, you know what it is. We're going to do that mining thing. Cherie, you know what? Shout out Cherie. She's always so positive. Yeah, shout out Pimpe. He's a pimp with a limp. You know, he's gold standard. Crazy as fuck. Love him, but he's crazy. Ain't no gold standard ever going to happen to this motherfucker. But shit. Steve-O, man. That dude right there is so good. Steve-O is my dude, man. Till life. Shout out Mizelle. That's my dude. Shout out Sharon Sutter. Till the wheels fall off. Pempe should do a live stream. I'd come on his show and I'd talk all kinds of crazy shit about Obama. If he did a live stream, I'd be like, he's the best president ever. Love you guys, man. Signing off. I'm going downstairs to enjoy my Sunday as well as you should do yours. I'll see you guys tomorrow night with the live report. Yeah, I can fight the Golden Zombie movement. I'm fighting it every week. I love you guys, man. Love you, Pimp. Love you, Reaper. Dwayne. Love you guys. Catherine, you know what it is. Love you guys, man. Have a great